Hello, this is NEOGEO Station, the King of Fighters 94 on PS3. NEOGEO Station was a series of emulated Neo Geo home console games that were made by M2 and brought to PS3. And is that the only console, or is it also on 360? I don't remember. Anyway, I have them on PS3. They did, however, get delisted from the PS3 store, so if you did not buy these games back in the day, these NEOGEO Station games, you can't get them now. Which is too bad, because they're probably still the best ports, or whatever you call it, of these games that you can get. And I'm going to go through the options. I'm going to play some 94, 95, and a little tiny bit of 96. But they have some really nice options, including one that actually is what makes me able to play these versions of the games, as opposed to basically almost any other version. So, just going to go to, I hit select to get to the pause menu, and let's go to the NEOGEO Station main menu. And you notice it's asking me if I want to proceed using, where I'm at here in the game. But you can also save a current save state here, and then you can have an option that will prompt you to load your latest save state when you start the game back up, if you want. I don't really care about that for now. So let's just proceed. You see this big old silly KOF 94 background art that they have that serves as a border on when you're running in a bordered screen mode. This is the NEOGEO Station main menu. It's a little confusing because you buy the NEOGEO Station, or you did buy the NEOGEO Station games separately, and they're separate icons on your PS3's cross-media bar, and you run them separately, but they by default will all come to this sort of unified NEOGEO Station menu, and they share some settings. So if I change like the volume setting in KOF 94 and then quit and then go to KOF 95, the NEOGEO Station KOF 95, it will have that volume level that I set in 94. And so that's sort of weird. It gets a little weird anyway, but it's also kind of cool, I suppose. Yeah, so normal mode is, single player or local play. There's network play. I'd actually forgotten there was network play, and the servers still seem to be running. There aren't, actually this game doesn't have online leaderboards, which is a difference from, for instance, Hamster Corporation's Arcade Archives, or their ACA NEOGEO series, where they ended up emulating pretty much all of SNK's NEOGEO games on the next generation consoles, like on PS4 and so forth. The NEOGEO Station line that M2 was producing actually did not get very far. They started at the earlier titles, so like Art of Fighting and KOF 94, and were working their way forward from there. So they did KOF 94, they did KOF 95, they did KOF 96, but that's as far as they got. Then the series ended abruptly, whereas, the actual King of Fighters arcade and console games on NEOGEO back in the day, those went up through KOF 2003. So M2 didn't get very far, which is sad, because, as I was saying, these are probably still the best ports you can get of these NEOGEO games. So it's too bad. Well, actually, if you didn't get them, you can't get them, so you're not. Anyway. So yeah, the NEOGEO, or the network stuff, is still apparently working. If anybody out there actually has these games, I could, in theory, connect to an online game. Now, it probably isn't, the rollback netcode or something that people like. I have no idea, though. but rollback netcode was not, especially for Japanese developers, was not really a thing back in the PS3 era. Anyway, so nobody's out there to play me. It does take a little moment or two to save your settings in these menus. You can save replay data. You can have it just constantly saving replays or something. I haven't messed with that though. There's information where you've got, I mean, so they really went, as far as documentation goes, they really went the extra mile here. You've got these really fancy manuals. And we'll just see like all this just really high detail artwork that they scanned. This old Shinkiro illustration work where he was doing like pen and ink stuff. Just super nice looking. The strongest goddesses. Oh man, I love that one. It's an interesting look for Kim and Choi, actually. Oh, wait, Choi, Chang. Pretty thorough manual, I gotta say. Tells you how to do all the stuff. It's maybe not the easiest way to read it. There is the usual how to play animated screen in the game itself, which we'll see. This manual keeps going. Old SNK Playmore, okay. Then you've got, you know, per character command lists. It's actually a little too thorough here. So you can hit X to change command type, and that'll sort of break it down into different command types, which is a little confusing because like Special 1, these are normal, what I would have called special moves. Special 2 is actually a super move. And Special 3 are command normals, so that's a little confusing to me. They're all just here under all. Some characters have more than fit on a page, so you have to hit to the right to see all of them. But yeah, those are all here. Pretty easy to read. Then there's a sound player, which is sort of ridiculously elaborate. Also, so you notice here it says change game. So if I hit L1 or R1, it's scrolling through a list of all the NEOGEO Station games that I have, dry throat, that I have installed and run. Not all of the ones I have installed, but just the ones that I've actually launched. So I think it must be reading from some kind of data files that get written out when you actually launch one of them. But so it knows all the NEOGEO Station games that I have installed and that I've run, and it can just go through all of the tracks for any of them and play tracks from any of them right through this. I mean, I'm still in, technically, NEOGEO Station KOF 94, but now I'm playing tracks from NEOGEO Station Alpha Mission 2. So, you know, that's wild, man. So we're going back to KOF 94. You got openings from both the home and the arcade versions. Oh. So the home one is more extended. I guess it starts with this sort of cheering bit at the beginning. Anyway. What else do we got here? We've got a game list thing. So if you hit start, oh, here again you can choose your title. And I'll just get you to whatever. If you hit right to add to list, it'll add it to this thing called the user list. You can hit select to change to the user list, and here's where I guess you can just make your own custom playlist. I think just for playback in in this sound mode. So you just basically make your little listening list if you wanted. Then there's control panel. So you get up to this top bar of buttons with play and stuff. I don't have a track selected, but one thing that does confuse me is this here. Select the displayed track type from the track list. When list arranged background music will be added to the track list. That's implying that there are arranged soundtracks, but okay, I gotta get back to the other list with start now. Oh, well, I guess that's one way to do it. So, control panel. But see, I don't think there are actually any arranged tracks in these. Maybe they were thinking that that they would leave themselves the options of like selling arranged soundtracks later, but I don't think they had arranged soundtracks available ever. See, it just stays grayed out. I can't actually like turn this on or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, that's kind of cool, I guess. You got your credits. So first it lists SNK credits, SNK Play More credits, the suits, I guess. Or not the super big suits, the people who actually worked on the game for doing marketing and stuff at SNK Play More, as it was at the time. Then you actually get to the M2 credits. These are the people who actually made this port, did the emulator, did that sound player, all this stuff. I guess what it doesn't show in these credits is the original staff from old SNK who made KOF 94 itself. Which, I don't know, I would have liked to see that in here, you know? They do spend a whole page on where they got their fonts. $20.10. So that's the information section. Settings. So, controls. I actually have my controls set up. I did a previous take. Right? Got everything set up and then realized I was recording in the wrong resolution, so that kind of sucked. But basically, you can set up per your controller buttons. You can set any controller button to be any combination of NEOGEO buttons. So I could set, and it'll tell you if it's a special combination. So for instance, A and B on the same button, or A and B together, does what it calls avoidance, which is a dodge. So you could set that on a single button. You could set A, B, C on a single button. That charges your super meter. You can also opt to use the NEOGEO select button on one of these buttons, which I do have. That the NEOGEO console had a button on it, or a button on a controller that was just a select button, and that would do, you know, a different operation in different games. In 94, it's just a pause button basically, but it you know, it's an in-game pause and it doesn't bring up any menus. It just puts a little word saying pause in the middle of the screen. So anyway, I have my normal 4 KOF attack buttons set up here on my arcade stick. Now screen, actually let me save that for last. I actually need to get into the game itself to show all those. Sound very simple compared to like that sound player, but it's got nice granular 0 to 100% volume setting. And this one is shared between all the games, which is slightly inconvenient because, for instance, I find KOF 96 is a little louder. I think it might just be the music in that game, but it's a little louder than 94, so I don't know. Anyway, can emulate the NEOGEO memory card. I'm not sure that was even available in all games, or all games took advantage of that, all NEOGEO games, but I think some of them you could, for instance, save your progress through arcade mode or something. If back on the old NEOGEO console, if you had this memory card thing, you'd plug it in, or I don't know if it was an actual card you plugged in, or if it was just a chip in your console. I mean, I have a consolized NEOGEO MVS that can be set to, of course, play games in AES home console mode. I think it does have some kind of memory. I don't know. I don't know how that stuff works. And you can be recording a replay, I guess, just all the time when you're playing. Oh, even in network mode. Wow. Etc. is kind of a confusing one because it's also got save data stuff. So Quick Start will just bring you to the actual game start when you run the game, rather than going to that sort of semi-unified NEOGEO Station menu. Game Save Data Select will prompt you to load your last save state. Remember, you can save the state at any time. Oh, but that's from the pause menu, which is different than this. It's confusing. So M2 has a tendency to fix bugs that they know about in the original like arcade or console games that they're emulating onto modern systems. They don't say, I don't know if they documented anywhere what bugs they actually fixed, but apparently they did fix some bugs in the original KOF for this emulated version they put out. So you can turn those fixes off if you want to be, as perfectly close to the original as possible. And M2 is basically famous, and only getting more famous all the time, for just the accuracy of the ports that they do. For instance, I did measure this some years back, and the input delay was perfect to the arcade. It doesn't have additional input delay, which is a problem for a lot of fighting game ports and so forth. But M2 their ports usually do not have additional delay. They are just masters at paying attention to that and getting the correct performance out of the systems. Even fixing old bugs or letting you play with the old bugs if you want. You've got Japanese and English regions, so that's nice. You have a region select, actually. I guess that's it there. So that's it for settings, actually, except screen. So when I start the game, we'll get into the screen, and it's time to start the game. Oh, so select button brings up the pause menu. Here you have access to most of those things that were on the main menu. Also, you have your save state, save command right there. And then you can also restart the emulation. It'll just start right where I was about, 10 seconds prior before I paused it. You have quick access to the command list, which is pretty handy. So let's just go ahead. I'm going to hit a button. Got the old home intro. Remember, we learned in that sound check that the arcade intro doesn't have this part, I guess, because it would just start right in with the drums or whatever. The heavy drums. It does look like you might have limited continues here, which would, well, I guess that's how the AES version of 94 did it. Most of the home versions, they did limit you to like 4 credits or 4 continues or 3 continues or whatever, so I guess that's accurate. Which did, I kind of wished that they did let you select to play the arcade version, but I don't know, that's not what they did. Okay. So you do have team or single play. The interesting thing, the unusual thing about team play in 94 is that the teams are fixed. Now, here's that how to play thing that all later KOFs have as well, and most NEOGEO games at least. Yeah. I was talking about 2 things at once. Anyway, team select in 94 is fixed teams. Oh yeah, so So there's a version on PS2 called KOF 94 Reboot that actually adds a bunch of features to 94, and it's got 3D graphics options and stuff too, which is kind of gross, but it does have an edit team option. That only came out in Japan, though. KOF 94 Reboot only came out in Japan on PS2. But M2 did not give a edit team option here. I mean, for the most part, they didn't give actual, they didn't make actual, in-game feature changes. All the features they had are more like pause menu type stuff, you know? His whole back is a color tattoo. Ah, Kim. Ooh. So actually, notice if I manage to knock Kim out. Notice what happens when one of us gets knocked out anyway. Oh, jeez. Check your ankles. Okay, so notice what happened there? Nothing happened except he got knocked out. There was no flashing red screen or anything. Whereas in... if you were playing the regular KOF 94 on an arcade, on a NEOGEO, an actual NEOGEO or whatever, or just about any other port, when you knock somebody out, there's a strobing red screen effect, which is really pretty grotesque. And I mean, I get occasional... Ooh! See, and there's another, you go to white screen. I get occasional photosensitivity and so forth, and those flashing red screens on a lot of NEOGEO games can trigger migraines and stuff for me, so that's not great. So I actually can't play 94 usually. Most versions of KOF 94 and 95, well, and 96 and 97 for that matter, because they didn't include an option to turn off red screen flashes until 98. That was the year after all those Japanese kids got seizures from that Pokemon episode where there was a red and... Well, there's a strobe. There was a red and blue strobing scene in a Pokemon cartoon in Japan in 97. And then SNK put in an option to turn red flash effects off in KOF 98, but before that, you tended to have these really bad red screen flash effects and no way to turn them off. Of course, it didn't really end up mattering in practice because arcade owners, as far as I've seen, do not tend to turn the flash option off. And like these days, people who record the game or stream these old NEOGEO games hardly ever turn it off. So that kind of sucks, actually, for me. But M2 turned it off for 94, so there's just no flashes. It's just really sweet. I can actually play this version. Shoot, which I had forgotten about. So I didn't even have this installed for years. I'd forgotten that it doesn't have the red screen flashes. I had not made notes to myself, and if I don't have notes, then I just forget. I love these just crazy backgrounds. You got your team members holding their heads in the background when you lose. Oh, that was bad. Oh no, Robert always beats me in any KOF, I guess. Ooh! Jeez, so there wasn't even a red flash on his super. Maybe there isn't in the original 94, I don't know. Oh. Oh, jeez. Garcia. Why? Oh, that's not even a super. You son of a gun. Brian just going nuts. Takuma tightens his belt. I'm just, like, just hitting multiple buttons at once. What am I doing? Slap! 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 Oh, that wasn't a slap. What happened to my slap? Oh, he's charged up. Oh, shh. Ooh! Yeah, ooh, to you, buddy. You did it, Brian. You did it. We did it, team. I like these kind of realistic style portraits. Are more realistic than most KOFs. This is probably where I will get just straight up crushed. I love this crazy stage. It's got some good bell bottoms up there on that van. But I mean, it's like this hippie, almost post-apocalyptic thing. Big old elevated freeway. There's a NEOGEO arcade up there. What is it? But like those people back there, it's not like a protest. They're just here to cheer for this fight. It's like what's going on? It's nuts. Oh man, I just worked him. I got too good at this game. It's only on difficulty 4 of 8. In 94, you can do like just kind of like that, just like chain in a single attack. You just kind of have to know, I guess, and I don't know all the opportunities I have for those. Oh, nuts. Oh, nuts. Ah, kaboom. Wait, that guy with the big M on his shirt? Yeah. Got all these little mopeds. Ah, you got too much health back. Ooh, yeah, I got him. I'm doing too good. I didn't want to spend it. Okay, so, let's look at some actual settings. The screen settings. So, you've got, actually, the scanline and smoothing options are a little limited by, I shouldn't combine those, by, for instance, Arcade Archive standards. There's just one scanline setting. It's pretty heavy, and just one smoothing section. It's also quite heavy. Whereas, for instance, in the Arcade Archives versions, you have more granular settings for those things. You've got a wallpaper. Actually, this is not the best way to see it. So you've got various wallpapers. These type 2, 3, and 4 are common to all of the games, I think. Type 2 is, or type 3 is, I can't not show it here, is actually the kind of puppet-headed, white-faced, just sort of weird NEOGEO guy in his black jacket, kind of looking down at us as we look up from like his waist height he's like standing in a sunny field or something. It's kind of weird. I like keeping it on the type 1, which is a game specific one, so it's different for each game, and it's particular to that game, and it's just very colorful. Like a lot of times something this brightly colored would be really distracting to me, but they just like did a really good job of picking these. I guess they just work. I don't know. Anyway, I like these wallpapers. Aspect ratio, I'm not sure why anybody would need to change that. You can change the position of the actual thing in the screen if you wanted to. Don't want to, so I wish there was a revert option there. Mode change just toggles from all directions to just one axis or whatever. Display mode. So this is the default size, which is 412% by 410%. That's of original arcade pixels, or anyway. And so that's very slightly wider than square pixels would be, and I think that's because in the old arcade CRT displays, the the pixels in an old CRT monitor were not perfectly square. They were slightly wider than they were tall. So I think that's why this is set this way by default. You're getting what was actually the original arcade screen aspect ratio. You can also just scale that same aspect ratio up to fit the whole screen. I'm not really sure why you wouldn't have done this, because you're not getting pixel perfect here anyway. So why wouldn't you just go for the full screen height? I don't know. You can just do the whole darn screen if you don't mind stretching it. Or you can do dot by dot. Now this is like not something you can do in the arcade archives. And that's kind of a handy setting. It is probably the sharpest, smoothest way to play on a modern screen. It's not, it's slightly too narrow if you're comparing it to an old arcade screen, because it is the perfectly square pixels that we have on modern displays. But you won't get occasional like rescaling lines of pixel crawl that you might be able to see if you're really picky about such things. It's just, it's just pixel perfect display. So that's kind of cool. Me, I'm not that particular, I guess. I used to be. But now I'm just like, yeah, just give me that. So that's the screen settings. Ooh, jeez. I am getting too good at this game. Yeah, I guess it's too bad. I mean, I am missing leaderboards like Arcade Archives has, online leaderboards. They didn't have that back in this day. I would like to know how well or how terribly I am stacking up, to the rest of the world in this game. Probably pretty poorly. But it always gives me something to aim to improve. Ooh. Dang it, Ralph. Oh, he just sat there and took that one. Hyder and snapped his little stick. Death from above, that wrecked helicopter's door says. Oh, you just gonna taunt at me? Oh, I forgot. So Heavy D doesn't actually have kick moves. Just got more punches. Oh man, that was sweet. Ah, shoot. Oh, that move, right. That might have had some kind of red flash or something on the oh, well, it would have when he got KO'd, that's for sure, in the arcade version. Ah, shoot. I hate fighting Hyder in this version, in 94. Just all his attacks are just so vicious. Oh my gosh, what was that? He like teleported behind me and then what? I hate fighting Hyder. Darn Hyder. They always avoid my basketball. That is the one that just oh, dunked. Spiked. God, I can't get him. Oh gosh. I guess I will. Oh my gosh, is he gonna beat? Oh my gosh, he got that much health back? Well, I guess I'm not looking great here. I can't beat friggin' Hyder. Ah! Don't you friggin' ring around my neck. Oh no. Whoa. His clothes get ripped up. Stop playing soldiers. Oh my gosh, I'm I didn't plan to be recording this first game so long. In this episode, Rough Diamonds. Bulward? No. Okay, dude. Okay, he's a little drunk. Wow, she's there in a schoolgirl outfit. Oh boy. Ah! Stop it. Oh shit. Yeah. Ew. Oh man. Oh man. Oh boy. She just beat me in the air every single time. Oh my gosh, she got so much health back. Yeah, losing these matches or these rounds is a huge setback. Okay, I got her in the air finally. Oh, that... Oh my gosh. Ah! Oh man, I think he's gonna murder my entire team. I can't hit anything with his basketballs. Dang it. Dang it. Watch her get half her health back. Well, not quite. Oh, well. Ah, she just, every time she goes up in the air, I don't know what my anti-air, I'll just get hit by that too. I'm just gonna hit buttons. Oh no. Oh no. No. Oh my gosh. Not that I'm gonna win. She was the first character, but at least she didn't kill my whole team. Jeez. Ah, what? That move sucks. Drop kicked. Ah, I'm dead. Yarg. Okay, and I'm not gonna go to the game over because it actually does do a little red strobe there when you let time expire, so I'm not gonna do that. So anyway, that's 94. I think I covered everything. That's NEOGEO Station 94. Delisted game. It's not possible to buy it anymore, which is sad because I think it's still kind of by far the best port of 94. I mean, I would rather have this than buy the cartridge for my consolized NEOGEO. Because I can't play that version because it's got red screen flash, but also it doesn't have all of these, you know, options and save states and all that stuff. And this version has, you know, a perfect input response, perfect timing and everything. So I don't know. It's just amazing. And I sure wish M2 had gotten to do all the rest of SNK's NEOGEO games, but they didn't. So I'm going to go ahead here and just move on to NEOGEO Station KOF 95, which I think I'll go through faster since it's got pretty much the same settings. So here we go. Hello, this is NEOGEO Station, the King of Fighters 95 on PS3. This is a now delisted version of the Neo Geo arcade game, or actually the home console version of that game, King of Fighters 95, emulated by M2 and produced for the PS3 by M2. So select button brings up the pause menu. M2 is famously just really accurate and painstakingly thorough when they emulate a game, and these NEOGEO Station NEOGEO emulations that they put out on PS3 were certainly no exception. They're still, as far as I know, the best ports of these games. Unfortunately, they didn't get up through very many KOFs. For instance, they only did 94, 95, and 96 before they stopped. So I've just been covering 94. This is the next game in the King of Fighters series, 95. They did release these. They were releasing these in chronological order. There is a slight difference in this one. For instance, in 94, when you start it up, it will stop you at a screen that says something about, the game load save data or something. Whereas in this one, it doesn't bother with that. But anyway, let's go to the main menu, and you've got this screen here where it asks if you want to save a save state and all that kind of stuff. I would like to proceed, though. That's fine. So it's the same sort of unified NEOGEO Station screen. If we look at settings, we'll see that the settings are identical to, for instance, I did not have this game set to fit the last time I played it, but I set the display mode to fit in 94, and these NEOGEO Station games carry those settings over. And you see that little track underneath it, that appears, I guess that's a per game thing, so that the 94 doesn't have that, but 95 does. It just shows you kind of like how many options there are to scroll through, I guess. So that's another difference. So they were continuing to refine their menus a little bit as they went along in the NEOGEO Station series. In a way, it's almost surprising they didn't patch the previous ones to, bring them up to date with those little features. But I guess since you get charged for that kind of stuff on PS3 and so forth, companies don't tend to do that, do they? Anyway, it's still got the same settings that we had in 94. Just one scan line, one smoothing. Got the wallpapers, so I keep it on the Type 1, which is the one specific to the particular game. Much more subdued colors this time, but pretty attractive, I think. Controls is the same. Oh, I haven't set up my controls here, actually. What do I need? I need this here. I don't need you there. I do need that there. I want that here. One should be there, and that. Okay. Sound is the same that was in the other game. That stuff is all the same. Now I think like Quick Start is separate per game. This one also has slightly different, oh no, it's got the same regions. 96 has different regions. And you have a new setting here that was not in 94, enable hidden character, because this game does have hidden characters, or characters who would normally require like a special code and entering a certain button sequence to get them to appear. I don't know off the top of my head who those characters, which characters are the secret ones. So that's that. Pretty much like 94, but a couple new things. I realized after I quit 94, I just quit by holding the PlayStation button and quitting, so it probably didn't save, because I got, I think, farther than I usually tend to get through 94 when I was just playing it there on that recording, but I didn't save, I didn't give the game a chance to save after that. I did, after I stopped recording, I let the countdown, the continue timer count down, and I thought, okay, now it'll, save my score or something, but I don't think it would have saved until I had gone back to the main menu, maybe. But then I was thinking about it, and I don't think there's a way to bring up any kind of scores or anything anyway. Like, as I was saying about on 94, there's no online leaderboards or anything, so there really is no scoring going on, which is too bad. I guess we should look at this. So again, it should have a very fancy manual here. Look at that. Oh wait, we can zoom in? Oh my gosh. Oh, they're getting weird fonts. Oh wow, full screen. Wait, I didn't, what? Oh no, my controller's freaking out. What? Stop. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, stop. Stop. I don't know what happened there. My arcade stick seems fine. I was trying to zoom. Was that a bug? Reset camera? I don't know. Oh, and you do have like a table of contents when you hit X. Forgot about that. The 94 has that as well. I forgot about it. So yeah. Which of these would be the hidden team? Would it be Yuri, Eiji? I guess I should have flipped through this just for the sake of completeness. You can't buy this game anymore, so I mean, what the heck? Somebody's got to keep track of this stuff. Man, they just went full on with the art this time. You might have thought they would have had an option just to keep that little button key display just turned off, but again, there is online multiplayer. I haven't checked to see if anybody is actually waiting to join a game of mine or anything. And maybe I won't. That little doodle. It would also be nice to know what page of how many pages I'm on, I suppose. Actually, I thought the earlier one did have that. Get that gritty Ikari team illustration there. What does that say? King of Fighters 95 was under development at the time this manual was written. Oh. Okay. I'm not going to go through all of this stuff, since I did that for 94, and I think it's the same. I guess they might have changed some stuff, but I guess we can't look at everything, or I can't. I'm gonna go insane. Alright, yeah, network mode, I'm just, probably the same. Let's go ahead. That's true. You have some... Actually, I don't think... Did the first one even have a little... I guess it had some kind of level select, didn't it? Normal was the default, or 3 was the default for home, 4 was the default for arcade or MVS. So you can set up buttons here too, which would get a little confusing, I suppose. Or I would get confused, since you can do that from the pause menu. So we have more modes now. In just 1 year later, you can play single play all the way through, team play all the way through. You can play versus your hot seat friend in single or team. Or I think, actually, maybe I should look at this. I think this is a survival style thing. Well, they're taking their time a little more with the instructions. Wait, what? That got a little trickier. Oh, well, so you've got Kyo's dad and you've got Rugal. So Rugal is probably not normally playable. What am I doing here anyway? Oh. So I think this is a survival style mode. I took Yuri's C color, which is these green tights apparently. Oh. And the dodge. Well, I don't think I'm gonna survive very long. What? And that fireball sound was cool. Shoot. Oh, jeez. Wait, but is it 2 rounds to win? So it's not survival. What the heck is it then? Is it just that you fight all the characters instead of just... See, now that weird sort of rose-colored background that came in there, that is in place of what you would get in just about any other version of the game, which would have been a strobing white and red screen. So again, I couldn't play if I wanted to avoid flashing red screens, which I do. I normally can't play KOF 95, but this version I can play because M2 actually took out that strobe effect. Oh shoot, Billy. Oh, I hate Billy. Oh, they're so good at dodging. Look at that purple truck. Oh my gosh. Ugh, this game's rough. I hate Billy. They did a good job with the sort of smoke effect in the foreground. A lot of versions of this game, you get a really bad blinking effect because it's actually... Well, maybe they actually changed it, but in the arcade it was just a black overlay that was blinking on and off with every frame. I don't know, maybe they're doing it a little differently here. I would have to frame by frame this video to see. Wait a second, I have to fight Billy? What? I thought Billy just beat me. What's going on? Oh wait, he did beat. I'm losing my marbles. Ah. So she just jumps higher on the strong attack. Oh, come on. I love that fireball sound. Oh, I meant to sweep. The leg's too short anyway. Hey, he broke his stick. That's good. Oh, fudge. Wow, I love this victory screen. I don't love that she's just talking about losing weight when she's already perfectly not overweight. Oh, there's just a little monkey running around there. This is such a good looking stage, jeez. These gorgeous blues. Oh, dang. Stop it. Oh, gosh. Yeah. This hat pops off. This guy in the background just shaking champagne out. His hat flipping up. Oh, what? Oh, that's her. So she does a dashing. Oh, I'm gonna get killed doing that. Ah. Dang, there was a huge delay there for me to be able to crouch. Ah. That monkey's going wild. Yeah, suck on that, Terry. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Just gotta hammer some buttons in this game. Kind of like 94, too. Very visceral sort of play style. Wow, his head just instantly popped off. So his shirt didn't bust open and we get to see his naked chest? Come on, SNK, what the heck? This stage always used to kind of weird me out. Like, it's such a strange... These sort of... Like, these walls look like pre-rendered 3D, kind of, and... Oh my gosh, that's a proto... Is that Duck King? He's got the blonde mohawk, and he's got a little chick on his shoulder. Little baby chicken. I mean... But he's got very pale skin, so what the heck is going on? Duck King from... Oh, well that's what's his name? So the guy behind him in the middle is Ryoji. What the heck is his name? His daughter's in 2000 and I can never remember her name off the top of my head. And then next to him you've got the guy from the USA sports team in 94, right? Big D, what the heck are they? I don't know. Ooh. It's just this very Eastery green teal background. I love this stage. Look at all those people, man. Ah, shoot. Ooh. Oh, wrong. Ah, the dash is so weird. Did you say Lightning Ken? Gotta be faster than that. Oh, come on. Yeah, get bombed on. Snap. Oh, I finally hit somebody in air with that when they came in on me. Guy behind me just started headbanging. I like this Clark Kent guy behind me. That strange girl's face. First I thought her feet were some kind of little kitten. Got some schoolgirls or Girl Scouts or something. Got this cool guy giving thumbs up. What's he doing? Actually, this looks like the arcade, kind of like the arcade from Capcom vs. SNK Pro, you know? Oh, shoot. Where did he pull that thing out of? Yeah, sorry, buddy. Oh no, she repeated a line. She does have her customized color palette in that screen, though. That's good. Oh shoot, this stage. Okay, now it'll open up, right? Ah. Oh, what? Oh my gosh, that cross-up. Ew. Oh. Wow, the colors in this version look so good. There's just so much color detail that I somehow have not noticed in other ports of this game. I guess I'm thinking of like the PS2 ports in Japan. What were those? The NES collection and all that stuff. Oh, these run in 1080p on the PS3. A lot of PS3 games only ran at 720, but not so with these. Wait a second, I was in this stage before. This mode's weird, man. Ooh, look at that huge pumpkin back there. This is such a weird stage. Ah. Oh. I forgot she's got... Oh. Oh, shoot. I forgot she's got an uppercut. No, I tried to use it. It didn't. Yeah. Ah. Ooh. Oh, that was real close. This guy just drinking on a barrel. Got a jazz band just jamming. Ah. Yeah, nice. Ooh. I'm too good. Oh, her clothes come off. Sheesh. Man, yeah, it's just repeating stages. It doesn't care. I have to go through every character, and it's not really getting much harder. What did I sign up for? It's really not getting harder. Okay, I can't go through the whole thing right now. I just can't. I'll do this in a separate episode. So anyway, let's do a quick look at, oops. So that was single all. Let's just do some team play. It's weird the team play isn't on top, but... Oh, so you can do an edit team in 95. Let's do that. Let's take Kensou and, I don't know, Takuma and Eiji. Eiji's cool. See, actually, I think even in those menus in 95, there's normally some flashing effects. I don't like this stage. This is like Team Korea gets an even more depressing stage. It's still raining, but now there's almost no signs of civilization around. It's just, like, what is that spinning wood thing anyway? It's just even more bleak and depressing. There's just wind and rain and weird little wooden structures for some reason. A burning friggin' tree? A burning splintered tree that just got hit by lightning or something? I mean, they have my team has a campfire and a tent. I forgot that this is team play, so my health bar was still low and I got crushed. I mean, is that a gallows that somebody's setting up there? What's going on? Gosh, son, don't dodge your dad's fireballs. Yeah, that's how you do the flying kick. That weird, like, down back and then forward. Nice try, kid. Gosh. Nice just boogieing back there. Oh man, Takuma's all ripping out. Wait, why is she giggling at her boyfriend's father? Oh shoot. Ah! Jeez. It's sort of slightly chibi-er version of Mai before they redrew the characters in 96. Ah, the dash. Ah, she's just gonna kill all my characters with that move. Oh my gosh, what was that super dash? Gonna get me killed too. Okay, Eiji, I don't know how to do anything with you and we're getting trashed. That up kick is not helping me. Yeah. Ugh. Well, my trashed my team. Wait a second, why was... Oh, they were doing an edit team. That's what's going on. Duh. So I wonder if that happens if you do edit or... Only if you do edit, or what? Anyway, yeah, so I can play this game too, aside from those lightning strikes. But it's not a red flash, so it could be worse. So yeah, M2 also edited out the red strobe on knockouts in this game. So I'll be doing some more KOF 95 episodes. Let's go on to KOF 96. I'll hit my NEOGEO pause button. Oh wait, I can't. Doesn't pause it? Come on, I want to show the pause. I can't do it there. Oh, dang it. Come on. Give me a pause button. Give me my NEOGEO pause. Come on. Come on. Oh wait, maybe I was hitting the wrong button. Well, there it is. That's the NEOGEO pause. You get the music keeps going. You can see most of the screen. You can still do the NEOGEO Station pause on top of that if you really want to get pause happy. But yeah, so what... I mean, I guess if I thought it would save... I mean, I could save my save state here, but I'm not really anywhere, so that's... Like, I could do that and then do that, but, you know... Anyway, we're just gonna go ahead to 96 right from here, so hang on.
In 1996.
Hello, this is NEOGEO Station, the King of Fighters 96. It's a emulated version on PS3 by M2. So pretty much the same options and settings in this one that we have in 94-95. Let's take a look at the manual. Oh, well, so, yeah, they didn't actually remove all of the red screen flashes in this version, unlike in 94 and 95, where M2 was able to take out all of those red screen flash effects. In 96, they left some of it in. I believe they did take some out. For instance, normally in any kind of counter hit, I think in KOF 96, like the regular arcade version 96, if somebody gets a counter hit, I think the screen flash is red. In this game, I don't think that happens. However, there is still a series of red screen flashes that occur when somebody is knocked out. They're not a rapid, long strobe effect. Oh my gosh. Like 94 and 95 had, and those were removed in these NEOGEO Station versions. It's there's like a flash, just like a single long red screen, and then it goes to white, and then there's a short little like double strobe of red, and then another white for a little bit, and then another red for a little bit. So it's kind of this weird staggered strobe. Wow, that Kim. Shinkaro kept changing how he was drawing. Chang. Okay, calm down. Arcade stick. Look at that beard on him. Those guys are tough. I hated fighting Gonets. I mean, I used to play this game, and Gonets... So, this is going to be a very short gameplay part of this for 96, because I can't KO anybody. I don't want to get that red screen flashy thing going on. Which is too bad, because I find 96 to be a lot of fun. I wish I could play 96 and 97, especially in... Wait a second, who... Is that Daimon? Wow. And wait, that's, who's Kyo's girlfriend? I get her confused with somebody else. Anyway, that's a cute outfit she's got. Look at Benny Maru's smarm face. Little vest. Man, that Goro, that's nuts. And look at his, like, slipper, like, disappears into the red of the couch or something. That is crazy. Yeah, 96 is just kind of just bubbly fun. 97 is wild. Just crazy. Look how long Kyo's legs are in the background art here. 98, of course, by that time there was the whole Pokemon seizure-inducing episode, and they put in an option to turn off red screen flashes in KOF 98. But I think maybe it's just that I overplayed. I played too much 98 or something back when I was first like KOF emulating KOF NEOGEO games. And I don't know, I find 98 just like really boring now. Not that I'm good at it by any stretch, but it's just like it just seems depressingly just plain to me. Like I just feel like there's really nothing going on, which is weird. I don't know, it's not, I don't know, that's my feeling on it. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. So that's the manual. Settings wise, pretty much the same. Why does this seem like it's different to me? Oh, I have to set up my controls anyway. Why did I have that one right? Is that... I guess that must be right. Wait, there. So again, we're sharing the screen settings. Same options. Oh no, what? Why is my wall... Huh. It doesn't display the wallpaper in screen mode now. Well, that's different. Oh, weird. Wait, then it has mode change down. What? Speed... What speed? Speed of what? Move what? Oh, I don't know what's... I'm moving the wallpaper overlay thing? What? What? Oh, why? That's weird. Anyway, we can see a weird NEOGEO puppet man with his cravat. Polka dot cravat, weird sky. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it on the game-specific one. Not that I'm gonna be able to play this a whole lot. Oh, I have it on full. That's why I couldn't see the background. Gosh, I'm losing my marbles. Okay. Got it back together. Something different there. Something different there. Still just English and Japanese regions. We've got bug emulation we can turn off, bug fix emulation, and hidden characters. So those were all pretty much like 95, although there was that weird thing about moving the wallpaper overlay label. Anyway. So what am I going to do? I'm going to play like 70% of a single round, basically. But we do have modes. So there's a actual survivor mode in this one, unlike that in 95. I actually kind of like that mode in 95 where it's just single all. I like that mode. I tend to like that. Survivor freaks me out after a while. You're just feels like inevitable doom. More built-in NEOGEO AES options here. You got more languages. That's what it was. Yeah. Well, you've got a playtime setting too. so, yeah, team play, whatever. They were getting better at making their how to play thing easier to follow. Power Builder Surge. Dis. Okay. So taunt is B plus C. Oh, you've got the rolls now. Oh, man. See, I wish I could play 96. Body toss attack. Oh, yeah, see, that's flashy. The games were starting to get more flashy. 96 is pretty flashy. 97 is excruciatingly flashy. Like, everything that could strobe or flash at you does. So you don't have any kind of group team select anymore. It's just, oh, I didn't even... Unless you just let it time out, I guess. Or maybe you did if you picked one. I don't know. I just sat there doing nothing. Like, and I like the backgrounds, but this one is so busy. I actually find it kind of hard to follow. Oh, but this version, or this background has different versions. Like, you see it sometimes when it is not in Athena running for or not, because it's not always Athena's live tour background. Okay, I'm not even paying attention. Wait, I can't get a knockout anyway, so... But I'm not seeing flashes on counter hits, so maybe they did take those out. Okay, I can't hit him anymore. I don't want to KO him. So, what is, oh, there's my tongue. Alright, well, that's as far as I'm going to let 96 go, because I don't want the red screen effect when somebody dies. I'm not sure if it would happen on timeout, but that's 96. I still can't play 96. I think they did take out, like, counter hit flashes, which I'm pretty sure 96 normally has. But there's still some red screen stuff that happens when somebody gets KO'd that I don't want on my eyeballs or on my channel, so I'm just going to have to stop it there. But 94 and 95, the NEOGEO Station versions, I will be able to play because they take out their red flashes. They weren't as flashy to begin with, so that's good. I guess I was thinking, I wish that M2 had been able to do 97, but I guess they probably wouldn't have taken out all of those red flashes either. I mean, there were just more and more kinds of red flashes in 97, even over 96. Oh, well, yeah, so, heck, I can play KOF 94 and 95. Thanks, NEOGEO Station. Too bad these got delisted. And I do wonder why, because it's not like Arcade Archives or ACA NEOGEO didn't start for years after that. Anyway, I mean, I can't think that, like, why did I don't know. I mean, did M2 just stop doing it for some reason, and then SNK was mad and just said, well, fine, you're going to quit, we're just going to delist all your stuff? I mean, I can't imagine any of that happening. But I sure don't know why they stopped making them, and then why they went the further step of getting delisted. I mean, heck, it seems extreme. It is extreme. But, I mean, because it's not like they were licensed properties. SNK was publishing them themselves, and it was all their stuff. So, I mean, what the heck? That sucks. Sucks for everybody who didn't buy them. I mean, there were some I didn't buy because they did do, like I was saying, they did do, I think maybe Art of Fighting 1 and 2 or something, and probably some Fatal Furies. I didn't get those. I didn't really like those games nearly as much as KOF, and yeah, I'm comfortable with that decision, I guess. I mean, anyway, I did have collections of those for PS2 and so forth if I wanted them. But yeah, these 94 and 95s, That's good stuff. Okay, that's it for this video. This went on way too long, and I did too many takes before I even got the part that you saw. So I'm gonna go. I gotta play some KOF 2000 at some point, but not tonight. See you later. Good night. Good morning. I don't know. Whatever. Bye bye.